always tell our point of origin. But if you're going to tell black folks to go back to Africa, go back to Europe. Can you do that? Can you go back to the conversation? No longer work in California, which I love that they did it, and black people have not learned their economic power and use it. We too busy on YouTube trying to expose that somebody got kids and they've been in jail, and that's what we do. We try to expose the people's game. We ain't trying to do nothing, but they did. They don't spend time doing it. What they did was they put.
I'm not a YouTuber. I just like making videos. Now I'm going to go into Tommy Sotomayor again. And if you don't like, me talking about Tommy Sotomayor, you don't have to watch my video. I'm just take his advice. But this ain't really around. I'm not calling him gay or anything, but I just saw a video of his called, when white people say go back to Africa. What do you say to white people when they tell you to go back to Africa? Yeah, and he was dropping some knowledge in that video. He wasn't cooning or whatever. And even though everything he said I kind of knew before, but it was kind of nice to see that top side of Sotomayor. But then he has talked about, how the Mexicans had unity and how black people don't have any unity, and how black people want to just bring up his past and if he'd been in jail, because it's all about him. Remember that. Never mind black people killing each other or whatever. But all the knowledge or pseudo knowledge he spec just kind of went all out the window, because he's one of the biggest advocates of black conflict. Black people going against each other, not being able to unify. Because this guy is constantly, kicking down women, ethering people, trying to clown people on YouTube rather than reaching out and trying to come to an understanding. Now there's some people he reached out to and squashed the beef, but he doesn't. He even stated himself he doesn't really make allegiance with people. I think Tommy is going to cause conflict just because of a competitive spirit he has. Eating up the competition. So that competitive spirit he has, he's not going to really, hold hands with anybody. And the fact that saying controversial stuff, it's gonna garner attention, and black people are, are easy targets. It's very easy to clown black people and talk about, black people need to do this and do that, and and have black people agree with you and have white people agree with you. But when you're kind of taking a stance with black people and pointing at white people and saying that you're wrong, that's when a conflict starts, because then white people start tuning out. And most of these Uncle Ruckuses on YouTube, they kind of need those white people views, and white people do love it when you rag on black people, because white people's theory is like, he's saying the type of things that if I said, I'll be considered a racist. Fearless, to a YouTuber by Fearless 2005, made a video, about black people stop blaming white people, and he said that white people gave him a pat on the back. White people saying, all right, you got it, you're one of the few black people who get it. But then he came out with a video talk about white people stop blaming black people, and then he didn't get that same reception from white people. So what Tommy says, he takes jabs at white people, but not enough to scare them away. He kind of like the way a black comedian will make jokes about white people, and the white people in the audience will laugh, except for Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney's a black comedian that makes white people uncomfortable and get up and leave his show. But that's how he takes. But when it comes to black people, he goes in. And I'm not saying black people aren't above criticism, and the black women ain't above criticism. We know, I'm like, black people, we're so used to being criticized, especially the black men, that we're used to it. And I think that's the reason why he's going after the black female, because people don't criticize her as much, and that's his market, his niche. So I think what Tommy Sotomayor, it's all about business, more so than trying to correct the black female or really trying to drop any kind of truths. That's, recognize, I'm like, he's even on some nigger shit where he's bragging about the money he's made. He's bragging about the 4-star hotels he stays in and this and that. And I'm like, that's, you know what I'm saying? I don't even like using that word nigger, but that's real nigger shit. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, you know what I'm saying? He got a hold of a little bit of money. You know, he's flaunting it. You know, so, but it's nice to see Tommy drop knowledge, but it's all in vain because, you know, he's a hypocrite, a big hypocrite, and that video shows that he's a. I'm repeating myself again. He's a hypocrite. But I noticed on that video when I read the comments, you know, the comments were refreshing because they was different than the average Sotomayor video. Because the average Tommy video, reading the comments, you know, of his fans, are just horrible. You know, it's, you know, there'll be people that will go against him, of course, but then there's people with one line, someone speak the truth, Tommy, do your thing, Tommy. So, you know, we know that the money's in Cooney. It's always been like that. You know, Tommy can't